All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome back, so to speak. All right. So, my gosh, there's lots of things have happened, haven't they? Uh, so when we had our coronavirus discussion, that day we spent that full day, we had kind of briefly touched on, what were some things that could have happened. I really did not anticipate things going down like this, but, anyway, here we are, right? Not a whole lot we can do about it. First, a little bit of course housekeeping. We're online for the remainder of the semester. So this could end up being a challenge, for everybody now. We're all in different environments. People are at home. For example, I'm at home now. Both my kids are at home. So I'm recording this late at night. Obviously because I have a 7-year-old that wants a lot of my attention. I have a 14-year-old that doesn't want any attention from anyone, especially the 7-year-old. So, most of my day is spent, refereeing. But hopefully I'll be able to make some some videos here, and we'll all get through this together. Because I realize nobody's situation now is the same as it was prior to spring break. So, there's been a lot of talk about like, should we have Zoom classes? Should we do all these things? Look, we're not getting crazy here. Kind of what we're going to do here is I'm going to post a PowerPoint each week and a short video hitting the high points for that week. There'll also be an assignment each week, just like before. But those assignments will be due by 11:59 p.m. on Sunday night. So really, there's not a whole lot changing other than you guys aren't sitting in the classroom having to listen to me twice a week. And instead, it's all just kind of happening virtually. I did change the syllabus a little bit slightly. So we had two sections left, Section 3 and Section 4. Section 3 originally was Chapters 7, 8, and 9. Because we lost the week with the extended spring break, I took Chapter 9 out, replaced it with Chapter 12. So Section 3 will be Chapter 7, Chapter 8, and Chapter 12. Then Section 4 will be Chapter 10 and Chapter 11. All right, so at the end of Section 3, we'll have an online exam, which will also be 50 true false, multiple choice. It'll be the same exam that you would have took if we'd been sitting in a classroom. So nothing really going to change there. You will have the entire week to complete the exam. It'll open 8 a.m. on Monday morning, and you'll have until Sunday 11:59 to get that thing done. For those of you that have taken online courses, hopefully this won't be much of a transition. For those of you that haven't, hopefully we can get everybody up to speed pretty quick and kind of get everybody going on the same page. I also realize that access to quality internet may be an issue. If that is the case, I will post some. Some of the companies are doing some things because of the kind of crazy days that we're in. So I'll post that on Blackboard, and you can explore those internet options if you want. Also, President Smart recently set out a message that said that pass-fail is an option for students, and that courses taken pass-fail will count toward degree programs, but will not count in your GPA. So that's also an option for people to consider. Regardless, look, guys, we'll get through this. This is just one little blip, in the history of mankind. So, we'll obviously get through this, and here we go. All right. So there's been a lot of stuff happening on the coronavirus front since we last met. Obviously, stuff happening here. Stay-at-home orders, Navy hospital ships being sent to New York, National Guard being activated, Trump activating the Defense Production Act, and now forcing GM to make ventilators. There's been a couple of large stimulus bills passed by Congress. That of course there was always political bickering because ideological projects and personal pet projects. People try to throw these in when we have these times of crisis, they try to throw all these extra things in there because they think, well, no one will vote against the coronavirus stimulus. I'll go ahead and throw this in there. It'll be fine. So we had several days where that got delayed that shouldn't have. It really ought to make you think about, who we've got in Congress and who we've got kind of at the helm here. But anyway, additionally, China has gone into full propaganda mode. For a time at least, was trying to claim that the U.S. Created the coronavirus in a lab, and then we set it off in China as some kind of act of biological warfare. Fortunately, no one was buying that garbage. And interestingly, there's also currently a class action lawsuit against the Chinese government because of the coronavirus. Now, obviously, I don't know how that would even work or like what court that would be in or whatever, but I think it's interesting. And finally, kind of closer here to home, there was actually a terrorist threat neutralized recently that was actually related to the coronavirus. It happened in, I believe, Belton, Missouri, which is up toward Kansas City. Right-wing, anti-government extremist that the FBI had been watching for a while was planning to bomb something. I guess over the last however long, he's been checking out some different targets and what have you. But he finally decided he was going to bomb a hospital using a vehicle bomb. Luckily, the FBI was monitoring him, and they set up a deal where he was supposed to come and pick up, the vehicle bomb, and of course they arrested him there before he was able to hurt anybody. All right, so that's kind of where we're at. Please, at any time, if you guys have questions, please do not hesitate. I'm not planning really on having, quote unquote office hours necessarily, but if you need to talk to me or you need to get a hold of me or you have questions, obviously, send me emails. We obviously won't be in the office for me to, answer my phone in the office, but there's ways for us to communicate. So please do not hesitate to get a hold of me if you need to. All right. So with all that being said, I will see you in the actual units.